see him? Can you see him?
Yeah.
Okay, you're up.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's meeting of Fairmont School Board. It is Tuesday, September 25th. Roll call as we are all here today. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have minutes to approve.
Since we didn't have any official business at the last meeting, wouldn't we have to approve the minutes of the August meeting here now, too? The last meeting in August?
That is correct. Good catch.
And that's also with the financial reports.
Okay, so
Was
I
that
don't know
August
the
28th?
dates. No, that was September.
No, the August meeting we have
Oh,
to
the
approve.
meeting would be, yeah.
okay, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes from last meeting and the prior meeting.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I will move to approve the minutes from the August 28th and September 11th meetings.
Mhm.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the agenda?
I'll move to approve the September 25th, 2018 school board meeting agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Along with that, I would like to give a report on the Southern Plains. We met last night. That's not included in our meeting,
Oh, okay.
so that can be added to that.
Okay, very good.
And no SDCC.
And, yeah, there'll be no SDCC meeting or discussion.
So,
Okay, celebrations. I think we have none today.
We have a full board.
Okay, we'll
That's a
celebrate.
good celebrated. Yeah.
So, Superintendent Brown, what do you have for us?
Well, thank you. I have, first of all, just an enrollment report. And right now, we're serving 825 students at the elementary. That's the same as we started with on 9/11. And we are serving 829 students at the high school. So the total enrollment for the district is 1,654, which is real close. And I know we just had a new family that moved into the high school again today, so we'll probably add to that next week. And we have a pink sheet for our calendar. And before I get started on that, I just want to ask if there's any school board members that would like to serve on the interview committee for the business manager. And we're thinking about maybe scheduling that during the first week in October, probably Thursday or Friday of that week. And so if anybody has some interest, first of all, then we can work around your schedules.
Yeah.
Dell would be interested?
I would, but if Dell wants to, go
Okay.
ahead.
No,
You
we-
just want one member,
No, we
right?
could have more than one.
The first full week of October?
Yes. Be that Thursday, Friday, probably. And we're looking at maybe, and I'll just give an update to everyone. We have, I think, 23, 24 applicants so far. 2 of them actually have some public school budget, experience. The rest do not, but some very talented people. A lot of folks in the region that have applied. And so we're looking through those and we'll probably select maybe 4 people to come in to interview. So Julie and Dell. And we could have 3 if anybody else has any interest between now and then, just let us know, okay?
Okay.
And let's see what else is going on. We had a curriculum committee meeting last night, and maybe somebody might talk about that. The Thursday night, I'll be leaving after school to drive to St. Cloud with Bob Bonine. Bob and I are attending a manufacturing conference up in St. Cloud, and we'll be going all day Friday, but we'll be back Friday night. I'm going to try to make it to the Albert Lee football game Friday night at 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow night, I'm actually going over to Worthington to participate in the Minnesota Rural Education Association is having a regional meeting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Worthington High School, and that's to start talking about resolutions, just like the MSBA has resolutions that they take toward and propose to the governor and the legislature. The Minnesota Rural Education Association does that too. So I'll be over there working with them on some resolutions.
Have you done that before?
I've done it with MSBA, but not with MREA. Yep. And so, and if you have any ideas between now and tomorrow night, just let me know or text me. The one I'm going to shoot for, of course, is trying to get funding for vocational programs that are taught outside of the regular school day. So that's it, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Financial business, Dan?
All right, in Appendix A, I will introduce the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas Donor Choose funded a dry erase easel valued at $273.08 for a classroom at Fairmont Elementary. Be it resolved by the Fairmont Area School Board to gratefully accept the gift.
Second.
We'll have a roll call. Dal?
Aye.
Danielle?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Julie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Appendix B, I introduce the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas Fairmont 3M donated school and office supplies totaling $4,400 to Fairmont Elementary, be it resolved by Fairmont Area School Board to gratefully accept the gift.
Second.
Roll call. Dal?
Aye.
Danielle?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Julie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Motion passes. And we will move to financial reports and bills. Julie?
Yes. Well, I had reported on the last set of bills from at the last meeting, but we can add those to this. But you have wires transfers for September 7th to September 21st in your packet. Nothing really unusual in that to bring to your attention. In there is our bills. This is from Commerce Bank, Fairmont Awards, awards for cross-country and FFA awards from later, earlier in the school year last spring, so they're just getting that put in. We have several this month that we have got also is tuition reimbursement for students that are being placed in other areas. Here's one for McCrossin Boys Ranch, there's one for Wilmer. And I saw another one in there, but you might see those, depending on court placement and that, where the students get placed, then they have to provide that education or that support for them, so. Oh, and there's one for Rochester, is another one here. Minnesota Association of Secondary School Principals, check number 61697, and that's membership for our like Kim Niss and Andy Trado, and then they both went to a seminar, and that's what that amount is for. Really isn't much else, so unless you have questions on anything, that's all I have.
Okay.
So I will make a motion to approve. And like I said, I'm not sure the dates of the last bills, but for the bills for last month's meeting and for today's, and then the wire transfers for today, for 9/7/18 to 9/21/2018, the payment of the September 25th, 2018 bills. I guess it would be, what was that be, September 13th? But anyway, that's what it would be. Is that what it, okay? Okay.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, Julie. And we have no old business. New business, Joe will introduce the tax levy.
Thanks, Dr. Rodriguez. Tonight on the agenda, we have the approval of the proposed 2018 payable 2019 tax levy. And we have some really good news for our community, because what we're proposing tonight is a property tax reduction for the next year. It's a small reduction, but it's a reduction. It's a 0.19% reduction, which will reduce our property taxes by $11,063.52. Now, let me explain what's going on here, because it's kind of odd, because we know that starting next year, we have to start paying for the Lincoln rehab, which is an additional $289,000, which we're going to lease levy the Lincoln School project for the next 20 years. And so that's an addition. However, two other things have happened that cause the net taxes to go down. If you can recall, Sue Nelson worked with Springstead last year, and we did a bond refinancing. And because interest rates were coming down, the interest rates and the amount that we pay for our building bonds has decreased significantly. So there's pretty good savings there. And the third thing that's going on, if you can recall, a year ago, the state legislature and Governor Dayton passed a law that helped out agricultural land owners, and they reduced what they call the ag land tax credit. If you can recall, in Minnesota, when a school district votes to build a building, to do a bond, that is taxed on all property across the state. Agricultural land, the house, the acre, the garage, all property, commercial, residential. And however, when you do an operating levy, farmland is not taxed. Well, farmers went to the legislature and they had proposed for many years that they did not feel it was fair to tax farmland at the same rate all across the board to pay for building bonds. And they felt that that would be something the state should help out. So starting this year, the ag land tax credit works this way. However much money a agricultural farm was paying to pay for a bond, it's being reduced by 40% reduction. Now, we're still going to get that money. We're just going to get the money from the state legislature. So it's going to be state revenue, income tax, and sales taxes coming to help pay for that 40%, but the property taxes will go down. So with a combination of us spending more money for Lincoln, getting the savings of the bond interest rates going down, and thirdly, having the ag land tax credit take effect, the net result is our school district is asking for a 0.19% reduction in property tax. And that's really neat because when you look around what's happening in other schools in the city and the county, they're raising property taxes. It's very few times that a school district can actually lower property taxes. So with that, I would ask the board to offer a motion and support this resolution.
So moved.
I move to approve, do you want to say it full out?
No, sorry.
Okay. I move to approve the proposed 2018 payable 2019 tax levy to include a 0.19% property tax decrease, reflecting a total levy amount of $5,711,897.31.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now that's a celebration.
Can we have some discussion on that?
I just
Because
I just want to clarify, make sure everybody's aware that it is a 0.19 decrease. You know, just so that it's
Okay, good
out
clarification.
there. So because, numbers can get mixed around. I might think it's not a 19% increase, so.
No, it's D.
It's a
It's a
decrease.
decrease.
Just want to make that
Right.
clear.
It's a little bit of a decrease.
And it's very noteworthy that we take the opportunity to decrease it when we can, because we
Absolutely.
try to be fiscally responsible, and we pay taxes too. So
Well,
it makes me chuckle when we talk about taxes, because usually it's a duck, but this is not. And this is sit proud, and it's good work, I think.
Well, and I
It's a
think
reduction of $11,063.52.
And I think it might be a good timing too to once again thank our longtime business manager, Sue Nelson.
Yeah.
Because Thursday will be her last day officially, and she's just done a superb job serving this community for 32 years.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
Okay, Dal.
In Appendix D, you have the teacher's seniority list, and the teachers have had the opportunity to review this list, and I would make a motion to approve the 2018-2019 teacher's seniority list as presented in Appendix D.
Second.
Oh. Any discussion?
Just that this list has changed dramatically in the last few years. You used to have so many teachers that had 30-plus years of experience, but we've had quite a bit of rebuilding as far as the number of people that have had to come on here in the last few years. But, I think it speaks to the quality of the school overall that we get good people to fill in for those that have retired.
Very much so.
I think if you do the analysis too, Dan, I think about 2/3 of the faculty have been hired in the last 8 years. 3 of them are in our audience tonight. And the other thing to look at that's so impressive too are the number of faculty that have higher degrees. It's amazing. Some of our newer teachers are still working on getting their master's degree or working on their ELL certification or other graduate work, but we have a very, we just have a great faculty. We just do. And we're so fortunate, and our community should be blessed that we have the faculty that we have. And most of our faculty, as you notice, when they come here, they stay here. We have very few people that come and leave, and so those of you in the audience tonight, we're looking forward to the next 38 years of your service to our community, so.
Okay, do we vote on that?
No,
No.
Yes, yeah,
we do vote, but we haven't voted.
Yeah.
that's great. You have to
Yeah,
vote.
yeah. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. And employment, Danielle?
Yes, Jim Davison is recommending that Connie Anderson be hired as a title aide. Connie has experience working as a para in the Westwood Community Schools in Sloan, Iowa, and most recently has served as a preschool substitute para for our district. So I make a motion to approve the employment of Connie Anderson as a Title I aide effective September 6, 2018, at a salary of step 1.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are moving.
We are sailing right through it.
Okay. CR?
Yes, we met on September 13th, and we had a special presentation by Melinda Chambers. That's her name, right, Joe? Our community outreach. No, not Melinda Chambers.
Jessica Martinez.
Jessica Martinez.
Yeah.
And she gave us a special presentation about her new position with the school district and the effect and impact that she's having on families who do not speak English as their primary language. We also discussed different ways that we, as a district and as a CER program and as a community, might, although she's very busy, might further utilize her skills or more effectively, efficiently utilize those skills, because she is extremely busy and is very helpful in these families who are new to country or new to our area, who are not comfortable with the English language, are very appreciative of her efforts, working with not only the individual student, but with the whole family. And we're very grateful that she's a part of our district now.
Okay.
Thank you. Dan, operations?
Well, we met right before our regular meeting here tonight, where our main item was to look at the proposed payable 2019 tax levy, which we approved. And Joe also shared the news with us that we anticipate adding again to our overall fund balance for next year as well.
Okay, well, thank you, Dan. And we recently met to evaluate our superintendent, and it was a lively discussion, and it will set the course for the next 4 years. We are continually trying to improve the work that we do here in the district, and we're trying to look at ways to be creative and innovative, and to make an education at Fairmont Schools extraordinary, and that is Joe's charge. And we have full confidence that working with Joe and with our teaching staff, that we'll accomplish some important gains in the next few years. Anybody else want to comment about our discussion? And in terms of Joe's evaluation, it was, I would say, A to A plus.
A minus,
I think
some work to do.
the numbers were very comparable to last year, the years before. I mean, Joe, you've done a great job. You continue to do a great job. But like I said, you've not maintained, but you have, met that goal that we have. It, you know, a lot of the things that we do evaluate you on, you have done above and beyond. And like I said, in years past and so forth for the future as well. So I think it was a very even evaluation by all members. And I just thank you for the work that you've done. I appreciate that. I enjoy working with you, and I enjoy how we always look for our district for what's best for all of our students. You know, whether it be kindergarten, seniors, those students that have not the best of things at home. We just want to make sure that everything is there for those kids, and just do the best for all students. Make them all what so then be proud and be part of our community. Make them just good students and good community members, because someday those kids are going to be taking care of us. So it's just wonderful.
We're very fortunate, you know, we have a strong district, you know, our finances are strong, our buildings are sound. We've got a strong educational program, and, but the challenges that our students face going forward require that we take the current education and improve it and re-energize it and provide an education that will prepare the kids that we have in our schools for the challenging future that they have. And so our work will never be done. It'll be a challenge to keep up with the dramatic change of pace in society and the workforce. But we are strongly positioned to do that, and we are committed to do that. And we hope to work with our teachers and make some important changes in the coming years.
And that was kind of the focus of last night's meeting, is that,
And that's a nice segue into, yeah, maybe you can share your thoughts.
well, I know we have a significant funding balance because of our financial planning, and we look at that as an opportunity meeting a need, and the needs of the kids and of the teachers is what we're focusing on. And we're really trying to pragmatically look at the approach to best spending the dollars every year that we are spending, and making our best impact for the community, for the kids, and for the teachers that do the great work. So there's just a ton of stuff that's really positive going on. And I have to say, Nicole, I apologize, but whenever anybody says, let's lower taxes, I jump in. So I didn't mean to jump
No,
on you.
it's okay.
But it's thrilling to be part of that, you know, where we can say, because things are managed so well and going the right direction, we can do that along with improving teaching, improving learning, improving the whole thing that we're trying to achieve here. And you hit it right. Our work will never be done, and that's a good thing, because we should always want to be improving. I think we are.
And just a quick summary of the curriculum committee meeting last night. It was very much in line with the challenge that we presented to Joe. Is, you know, how do we re-energize you know, our curriculum and the education that our students are receiving. And we did a lot of brainstorming, but we want to move forward. We want to look at, you know, the curriculum from top to bottom, and look for ways to to make it more exciting. You know, we introduced some changes last year with flexible learning. One of the focuses that the high school and junior high principals, one of their initiatives is personalized learning, and that's completely in synchrony with our goals. You know, we want, you know, children our kids to have the opportunity to, you know, to learn as much as they can, as fast as they can, and, you know, and be engaged in the process. And so it's going to require, you know, some tweaking of the system, and we will be exploring that, you know, actually in the coming months, because we have so much work to do. So.
But it'll be a good fight, or good, well-fought fight. That's the words I want to use.
Okay, well, I think,
Did you do Southern Plains?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do Southern Plains. Really, I just wanted to report on it. There really wasn't a big happening or anything, but I just wanted to keep everybody up to date with that. And just had some hirings, had a leave of absence, some lane changes. We had a work agreement we went over, the master agreement with the Southern Plains cooperative personnel, and then we approved an instructional staff sharing agreement with Blue Earth High School. So that was it,
okay.
okay.
Anybody have anything else, Joe?
Well, just some closing comments. I just want to thank the board. You know, I go to superintendent conferences about twice a year, and at nighttime, you go out and have dinner, and I meet with other superintendents, and I'm so much appreciative of the fact that I get to serve a community that has just a wonderful school board that works together in a very positive way. That's not true in all school districts. And it's been true here for a long, long time, not just since I've been here, but for many time. You know, the school board folks that are elected here, they know their role, they get their training, they go to committee meetings, they do their homework, and you're right, Julie. Each board member I've ever served with here, your number one interest, your number one concern is what is in the best interest of kids. And then Nicole always asks, do we have money for this, right?
Yeah.
But those are the two big questions that we ask. But it's such an honor to serve this community. You know, I came here, this is my 9th year, and I'll be here for this year plus another 3 year on a new contract, so a total of 4 more years. And it's just been a great pleasure to serve this community. We have some of the greatest kids. I took another person around from the Department of Labor and Industry. I had him speak at Rotary on Monday, and he came and he did an hour-and-a-half tour of our high school. And once again, I told him as he got ready to go into the high school, I said, Mr. Wessels, there's 2 things you're not going to see in our high school, in the hallway. You're not going to see any kids in the hallway, and you're not going to see any litter. And he walked through our school, and I was like, wow, this is really amazing. I said, why, our students are actually in class, and our kids really respect our buildings, and they respect each other. And this guy travels all over the state of Minnesota, and he just, when he left here last night, he said, you know, this is really a special place. He had never been to Fairmont before. He'd never been this far south. And,
Seriously?
No. And he said, this is really a special part of the state of Minnesota, so it was a real honor for him to come. By the way, the reason why I invited him is he's the person that decides on who gets one of 5 different $100,000 grants a year from now to have the vocational programs working directly with the manufacturing community, of which we're already doing a lot of, but we are going to apply for this grant, and the grant would take effect. We would learn about the grant award in April, but it would be available starting July 1 of 2019. And as you know, we've already prepared for that because 2 of our faculty have gone back to get additional certification, Mr. Bodine and Mrs. Jeannie Walden. Jeannie Garbers Walden, who's a former Fairmont grad, our new fax teacher. Both of them have gone back to school to complete their work-based learning license, which is really needed to implement this program. So I think we're poised to have some success a year from now in that area. But the person that is in charge of this grant was really impressed with what we're currently doing. He spent a lot of time at our Welding Academy and our Agriculture Academy, and so we're very pleased. But once again, I would invite members of the community that, you know, one of the best kept secrets in town is Fairmont area schools. And if you ever want to just spend a great hour of your time, just call up and make an appointment, and we'll walk through the elementary or walk through the high school or do both. And you'll see a lot of neat things happening. It's amazing. And you'll also probably see on the KEYC News tomorrow night that one of our teachers was selected for the Golden Apple of the Week Award, Mrs. Patty Fitzgerald.
Oh.
And so KEYC was here today to film that, and that will be shown tomorrow night on KEYC TV at 6 o'clock.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, what a great teacher. 20 years that she's been doing this.
Yeah.
And I want to thank our 3 teachers that are here tonight. Lynette Sunblad, who is our intervention specialist, Kristen Walters, who's our first grade teacher, and Katie Kenning, who's our new orchestra teacher. I told Katie earlier, I was walking past the orchestra room in the elementary school, little 5th graders down on her knees, and she's putting together her violin. And she looks up and says, Mr. Brown, I really like our new orchestra teacher. So we're glad to have all three of them with us tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yes,
board.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I think we're done with our business.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.